have two Frenchies. This little guy is Boss. Bossy, say hi.
This is Oreo.
Black and white little guy. Say hi, say hi. No lie, like why do I have this many? Plus a little mini over here, like why? In today's video, I'm going to do a get to know me a little bit better while I recreate the makeup look that I had in my last video on the two different sized cosmetic pouches from Louis Vuitton. If you're interested in seeing that, then just stick with me. This is my first time doing anything like this on my channel in terms of a makeup style video. I hope it goes well. I'm a little nervous, but what's a good YouTube video if you're not nervous, right? So let's get started. A Touche Éclat blurring primer. This is from YSL. I will show the camera the products that I'm using, but I may not stop to talk about each and every one of them. In my last 2 videos back, I think it was, somebody had asked me to go over the Dior eyeshadow palette, so I'm gonna do that in this video as well, okay? Let's get started. So the first thing I wanna go over with you is what is my background in terms of my education and how it lends itself to my doing these YouTube style videos. So in my 20s, I went to college, this is in the 2.5N, because I wanted to do radio broadcasting. I had a little bit of a background at Cityline where I worked with Marilyn Dennis, and I knew I definitely didn't want to be on camera. It was not my thing at all, yet here we are. First off, can we talk about this? It's from Quo Halloween edition. It was this sponge, and this one's a glow in the dark. They were both on sale because I got them after Halloween, but I was like, I'm definitely using this in my tutorials. So cute. Where was I? Yes, with Marilyn Dennis. And I knew that being on camera was just something I was not interested in doing. Don't like it. Still, I'm not 100% comfortable in front of the camera. But nonetheless, I had enrolled in a radio broadcasting program and I really enjoyed myself. It was a 2-year diploma in radio broadcasting. And from there, I had actually won a scholarship to Edge 102. I think it was CFNY, Edge 102. I was doing a show with George Strombolopoulos and Shawarma. The two of them had I think it was an evening 6 o'clock show or something. But I spent a lot of my days there. They had paid for my college tuition, so I was able to get there through transit, feed myself, which was actually a very cool experience, and I'm so thankful for everything that I learned there. But one thing in particular that I really loved was being able to do commercials. I really enjoyed voicing, being a voiceover in commercials. That was actually one of my favorite things to do. And to this day, I still wish that I had pursued it. I didn't want to go through the process of finding an agent and doing all of this, what I felt at the time was just a lot of nonsense to try and get into the field. So I didn't. I ended up working with a traffic company. We did quick little snippets of traffic, what was going on where in the GTA. I wouldn't say that I was waking up every day feeling super excited about going to my job. Hey, to each their own, right? I'm glad that I tried it, but I was really beginning to understand and recognize that being on camera, I'm just powdering my face right now, was just not my thing. I just really enjoyed doing the background scenes in school. I will tell you a story. When I had first gone to this radio broadcasting program, I will never forget that we walked into a class and so you walk in and there was boards everywhere. It was like an engineering board and volume and I remember just feeling gutted. I was like, what is this? I honestly believed that every announcer, I'm going in with the Physicians Formula bronzer, best bronzer ever, and this is in the color Deep. I honestly believed that everyone had somebody who controlled the boards while they were on air. Well, that was not the case. And I remember just feeling gutted, just thinking I don't even know where the on and off button is. What do you mean that we had to learn how to do our own control boards? It was just really scared me. I really thought that I was just gonna have to walk out. Like, you know when you like you get like that about something? I just thought I'm never gonna make it out of this course. How to use the radio broadcasting boards and do your own volume setups and whatnot. You're just, like, you might as well just leave. So I really thought I was just gonna run out of the class. I was like, there's no way I can do this again. Again, I'm gonna remind you of the volume button. Like, I was just like, how am I gonna get through this course? Anyways, let me tell you about that course. It ended up being my favorite class. I thoroughly enjoyed the editing portion of radio broadcasting, and it's actually transferred into my YouTube videos. It's something I thoroughly enjoy. Like, I could spend days editing my videos. I actually prefer to be behind the scenes editing rather than being in front of the camera. I've been doing the in front of the camera videos now for roughly 2 months, and I still find it hard. It's still something that I struggle with, to turn the camera on and make conversation to this lens that's staring back at me. It's just strange. It's something I've always found weird, and I hope that one day I can get over it and just work on my conversational skills a little bit more. So anyways, I had ended up graduating that class with the highest mark, and honestly, whenever I think about that, I go back to that saying that behind our greatest fear lies something miraculous. Like, never in a million years would I have thought that I would be into editing for content, editing commercials behind the scenes. It was my favorite, and that was actually what led me to win the scholarship to go work at the Edge 102, was because I had the highest marks. And that course, that one course in radio broadcasting, is what, like, my marks were through the roof. Go figure, right? You're afraid to do something, and it turns out you're actually amazing at it, like amazing. This is the Faux Filter Concealer from Concealer from Huda Beauty. And this is in Pound Cake, and it is 4.3 neutral. From radio broadcasting, I also went to college for makeup and cosmetology. I also really enjoyed that. It was very hard for me to choose what it was that I wanted to get into. From graduating in the makeup and cosmetology, I began working at the Clinique counter in one of our malls. Time of my life. I got to learn so much about products, skincare, how to take care of your skin. And I am really thankful, because it's something I still use to this day. And I really understand the ins and outs of my skin anyhow, and how to make it look its best and what types of products will help to get me there. I'm also thinking of doing a video on how to glow up in your 40s. I'm 46 and wouldn't mind, like, sharing some secrets, some products that are out there on the market that I use that work for me as a 46-year-old. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Okay, so that's the concealer. I have some dark spots, and the faux filter, I find just like 1 or 2 swipes. I don't blend it in harshly. I'm just kind of patting it, and it does help to get rid of any kind of dark spots or melasma that you might have. So next up, I'm going to set my base. So everything that I've just done: foundation, concealer, powder, bronzer, with the MAC Fix Plus. Love this stuff. I'm never without it. No lie. Like, why do I have this many? Plus a little mini over here. Like, why? Why? Because I'm afraid to be without it. That's why. I really love the sheen that this gives my skin. It helps to melt. Whenever you're using a powder, it can look really dry on the skin. Even if you are an oily or combo skin type, using powders on the face just really can set into the fine lines and make you look dry. Next up, eyebrows. Like I said, I've never done something like this on camera. I really hope that it's working out. And if not, I just had a blast doing my makeup. Whatever. That's how you gotta look at things in life, right? This is a Real Techniques brush. This is called the Angled Brow. Okay, it's got a little angle tip there. I'm using the Sultry by Anastasia palette, one of my faves. A friend of mine got this for me for my birthday a few years back. And I'm using the color Dystopian right here. After I had done all of this work at Clinique and radio broadcasting and still not really finding my love, like what did I really want to do? I became an image consultant. I started up my own company and I had done this for 10 years. Image consultants work with appearance, behavior, as well as communication skills. And I really enjoyed this line of work because I truly believe that as individuals, we're not just our weight, we're not just our height. There is so much more to each of us that makes us who we are. And I just found that focusing on one area was leaving out so much more of our image, of who it is that we want to show who we are, how to figure that out, and how we want to present ourselves to the world. Like there's just so much more than just makeup. It's so much more than just your clothing. Why am I going like that? We really are so much more, and I wanted to help others, and I still do, which is why I started up this channel. I wanted to help others figure out how to find themselves. There's different stages in our lives that we can feel extremely lost. So in your adolescence, or maybe in your young adulthood, I should say, you're going through university and you're trying to figure out, okay, what is it that I want to do? So let's say you're majoring in something. The world can be a scary place because not only are you trying to figure out what you're majoring in, but you're starting to realize like, oh, my appearance matters. How I walk into interviews matters. How I show my confidence or lack thereof matters. And honestly, it could be a make or break when you're going for interviews. Some companies will hire someone that they feel is a right fit and that is teachable over somebody who walks in and lacks a lot of confidence, is unable to speak clearly, unable to get to the point clearly. So there's a lot that goes into image consulting. And I just found that working in that field really incorporated a lot of what I had went to school for and a lot of my passions. Whatever else I didn't go to school for, I had learned at the Image Institute. I believe that's what it's called. If you're interested in becoming an image consultant, I trained with Karen Brunger. She is famous in the image consulting field, and I believe her company is called the Image Institute. And that was where I had learned to do color analysis, what you can do for closet cleanouts for clients. I had brought in my public speaking / radio broadcasting background. And from there, I had done this for 10 years. Like it was a truly amazing experience for me that I will never forget. Okay, so here is the 5 palette from Christian Dior. This is in the color 689 Mitzah, Mitzah. And this is one of my favorite palettes. One thing that I really feel helped me when I got a color analysis is when you understand what colors suit you, you can get your makeup done like this, you can get dressed like this, you can pick out clothes like this, because you understand the basics of what looks best on you and what doesn't. Okay, so I'm gonna take this little dome brush and start using these 2 colors. Yeah, so a color analysis, and I would urge, honestly, every and anyone to get that done. What it helps to do is to get you familiarized with what colors look absolutely spectacular on you. And like I said, once you understand that concept, It just makes shopping a whole lot easier. You're spending money more purposefully and not wasting time and effort and money on things that don't work for you. So instead of having 5 to 10 color palettes, you have 3 that are your exact match because you know what works for you in terms of color. This turns out to be more of a very deep purple, an eggplant aubergine purple. And it's stunning. And don't worry, we're nowhere near done. I know this looks like a bit of a hot mess at the moment. I'm putting a Kleenex underneath my eye to catch anything that falls off. So I'll be using the same deep aubergine color over my entire lid here as well. You can just get ready so much quicker. You just have a better understanding of where you look best and how to quickly achieve that look. So I'm going in with a fluffier brush now into the crease, and I'm gonna blend out my crease with this sort of a reddy, rustic color. So yeah, I do enjoy doing makeup, and I really enjoy teaching others makeup, which is something that I used to do when I was an image consultant. It was part of one of the services that I offered. I just am unsure if I want to go that route on this channel. We're undecided at the moment. If there's anything that you would like to know regarding makeup or anything that I'm discussing today, let me know in the comments below, and I will try to do my best to help you out. Building up the color and blending out. I'm gonna go in with this taupey brown and put it just on the middle lid. It just helps to add some depth and dimension. So going back in with this Dome brush, I'm gonna take the aubergine and I'm gonna mix these 2 colors, not right now, first this and then that, underneath my eye line. Okay. Okay. So again, that's adding some smokiness and some depth into my eye, onto the under eye. I'm gonna go in, same brush, into that red, and just sort of blend it all out towards the edges. So this is the eye so far. You'll wanna take a really good waterproof eye pencil if you are like me and you have wet or oily eyelids. This is from Makeup Forever, the M60, one of the best waterproof eyeliners that I have, that I own. Using black might be a little too harsh for me with this look, so I'm gonna go in with the dark brown, and I'm tight lining. I'm going directly underneath my lashes and going in back and forth motions on the top as well as the bottom. I enjoyed working with university students, college students who were looking to improve themselves. They were like sponges. Everything that I taught them, they just grabbed right onto it and just helped to give them more confidence. Like, it's such a weird time in your life. Like, you're just still trying to get through college or university. You're trying to figure out where you want to work. You're starting to do summer programs with some companies. And also some of these companies would hire me to train some of their summer program students that were coming in. And some of them would later on get hired by those companies. So again, I would go through appearance, behavior, communication skills, posture, how you stand, how you move, how you walk, how to show that you have some confidence when you're not feeling that way at all, how to use your voice to be more confident when you don't feel that way at all, so that you're not shaky, but rather you are deeper, you sound confident, you could be shaky inside, but nobody knows. You know what I mean? Dior Show in black. I like to really lift my lids to get under the eyelashes. I know that this might look weird, but I don't really wear lashes or extensions. So I like to get as close to the base as I possibly can. I like to go back in one last time and just blend everything together. I'll probably go in with the dark, just to give it some extra crispness. About these Dior eyeshadows, to answer your question, they are amazing. They're buttery, they're soft, easy to blend. I didn't even put too much of a powder on my lids before getting started, and this is top notch. Okay, Dior colors are beautiful. The eyeshadow is beautiful. I hope I've answered your question on that. Thank you for asking. Next up, I'm gonna go with my NYX Epic Wear eyeliner. This is in black. I pull my lids back when I'm doing this. Otherwise, I am unable to get a smooth, even eyeliner. Okay. I have hooded eyes, but I don't really find it difficult to put eyeliner on. I'm not sure if this is even showing up. I hope it is. Lastly, let's do some lips. I'm lining my lips in NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner, and this is in 04 Soft Spoken. I really also enjoy doing closet cleanouts with clients. I thought that was a lot of fun, and personal shopping, because how can you ever go wrong personal shopping? It was amazing. Such an amazing, fun time in my life. I didn't have anyone working with me, so I had just my own company, it was just me. And I did this for 10 years, and I just truly had an amazing time. Like, it was just awesome. It was awesome. Me, myself, and I, out in Toronto, doing my own thing, answering to no one except for my clients, and just having a blast. However, working alone, working solo is a lot. Like, it's not easy. And it can absolutely take its toll if you don't have the proper support around you. This is the Anastasia, I've spoken about this one in the past, Anastasia in Hush Pink. It's a matte lipstick. It's got like a peachy, pinky, very 60s, 70s vibe. I'm topping it up. I do like to mix a lot of my lipsticks together. I'm topping it up in Milani. This is in Milani 420 Tees. Okay, because the pinky one from Anastasia can come across a little too pink for this type of a look. So I'm just trying to tone it down with this matte beige color. Lastly, I'm gonna use my YSL. I'm not sure what color this is. It's got a nice glossy purple to tie in the purple eyes. So I've wanted to start up a YouTube channel since I was in my 20s, starting out my image consulting company. So it was like 22 years ago that I have wanted to sit in front of a camera. I tried so many times. I even bought lighting equipment. I was just like, you know what? I made a mistake. I can't do this. And I ended up selling it on Kijiji. That was about 12 years ago. And then 3 months ago or 2 months ago, like the end of August-ish, I just felt very called. Not even called. I was like pushed. I was pushed by a greater power, source, God, spirit, whatever you want to call it, was like, you're doing this. That's it. You're doing it. You're getting in front of the camera. And I was like, no, I can't. I just physically, I just can't do this. So I started off with some short form videos, and I just started, and I just got this like literal shove that you're going to start doing this. And here I am 2.5 months later in front of the camera, which I thought I wasn't going to do. I did like 2 shorts, and then I thought, this is weird. I'm not wild about being like showing my hands behind the camera and not showing my face. It was weird. So after that, I just started doing it, and here I am. Like, sometimes life is crazy and it ends up thrusting you into positions that you don't want to be in, and then you end up loving it. Like, it's wild. And it makes me, like, doing these YouTube videos always brings me back to that radio broadcasting class, which was like editing and learning how to fine tune your voice on air and using these editing tools. It was called Saw at the time. And it's just wild. Like I said, on the other side of our fears is like, I don't know, life. Like it's just so cool. So I'm going to finish my makeup look with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. If you have oily skin or like combo oily skin, you're definitely gonna want some sort of a setting spray. Your makeup will just stay on a lot longer. Focusing on this channel, I haven't, like sometimes people will ask me, oh, what's your channel about? And I don't have an answer right now. It's everything that you're seeing. I really love fragrances. I love makeup. I love purses and cosmetics and toiletry pouches and items like that. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep this channel broad. I know that a lot of people say you should have more of a niche channel. I'm just out here in front of this camera, living my life, doing what I feel right now is my soul's purpose. But if you have any ideas or suggestions on things that you would like to see me do some videos on, I am more than happy to help you out. I hope that I was able to give you a little bit of my history and my background and show you some things and tell you some things that I can talk about on here. If you find that you're in need of any of these things, like maybe some makeup tutorials. Like if enough of you comment on it that you would like some makeup tutorials, I can do that. If you're not interested in that and you just like the handbag stuff, I can do that as well. I'm open to all suggestions, but I probably will come back and just continue doing a little bit of everything that just makes me happy, because I truly believe that that's just the era that I'm in right now. I'm just chilling, I'm vibing, I'm doing me. If you like it, great. If you don't, great. I'm still gonna do me at the end of the day. Guys, I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. I opened up a little bit more about myself, and I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel, comment down below. Oh, I should bring my two dogs. You need to meet my dogs, Oreo and Boss. Hang on. This little guy, I have two Frenchies. This little guy is Boss. Bossy, say hi. Say hi. Say hi to the camera. Say hi. Say hi, my name's Boss. Black and white little guy. Say hi. Say hi. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks again for watching and have a great night. Bye.